Hello to everyone and welcome to another update on the market. For today I decided to cover USD versus Japanese yen. I will speak about the gold market, crude oil and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with the USD versus Japanese yen. So what we have here on the hourly time frame is that something that we spoke on our previous session yesterday, so that supply is in control, and we can see that we had a breakout on the structure, more like a channel mode, and the breakout of the rising trend line, which was the good sign for the further downside development and the most likely scenario to the downside. Now at this point, I still don't see any sign of reversal or anything meaningful to change this structure. So there is a chance for the further lower prices towards the lower pivots like 145.93. And we also have a pivot around 144.60. So further downside development, of course, with on the way down there we can see some normal corrections, and so that's pretty normal, like normal reactions. But that is a most likely scenario based on the current condition, the current tape. Now, if anything meaningful to the upside, I would like to see the really strong aggressive back up to the break of the supply trend line and hold above. And that can be a potential sign for the rotation back into this consolidation, maybe around 151 or maybe 151.90 mark. But again, this is a very alternative scenario only in case of the strong beating and strong impulsive move to the upside and the break of those supply trend lines, the previous swing highs. Now, speaking of the gold, I marked yesterday this rising trend line and the recent swing highs. So this area acted like support. Market did break this rising trend line, but it didn't break the horizontal cluster at this point. So we can see here area around 1965, 1970 mark was a very strong support. And yesterday market, basically completed its ABC structure and found buyers around that support cluster. And we basically market managed to retest the previous swing high in 1993, and now in doing the tight consolidation around this pivot point. So at this point, we can see if the market can break and hold this tight consolidation, for example, break and hold like this, then there is a chance for 2004 or 2008 to be on the test. Now, from other side, this also, if we can trade lower, might be some kind of the pullback in the play. We can also place the most recent trend line just to have some if there will be a bigger pullback, then the price to go all the way down to 1972, there will be just a light pullback, we might see the retest of maybe 1984 or so. Just if there is a lighter pullback, this is the area to watch. If there is a deeper pullback, then the most recent rising trend line might be in the play. But only in the case if we break this consolidation to the downside and hold below. Now, crude oil is interesting at this point because we can, I placed the supply trend line, and we can see clearly that this V-shaped reversal, this absorption of this selling happened in the last couple of days. And after that strong impulsive upside move, I don't see so much of the supply and selling power in the pullback. Actually, in fact, this is just the retesting of this broken supply trend line, which may be actually a good sign for further high prices. But here we need to see some more bidding, more action. Market is still relatively quiet this morning, so we'd like to see some bidding to start in and some holding above this level, some acceptance above this 78.67, which will be potentially a good sign for retest of 79.93. And then there is this cluster of the lows around 80.75 mark. For the downside, so this is one of the scenarios. On the downside, if market can aggressively go below this supply trend line, clear this pullback low at 76.50, and then hold below, this can be a good chance and for the market to retest 75.10 or even 74 area. And now Bitcoin still trading inside of this bigger consolidation. Market is relatively quiet. We have a tight trading range. and nothing really changed compared relative to the last couple of days. So if market can clear 38,000 and hold above, there is a chance for retest of 39,000 or 40,000 mark. If market can trade lower, eventually clear the 36,500 area or 36,400 area and hold below, there is a chance for retest of the areas like 35,500 or 34,800 mark. That'll be all for this update, guys. I hope that you did enjoy. Have a good trading day and speak to you from tomorrow morning.